Okay, now we're going to calculate drops per minute. This is the formula that you use for IV fluids or piggybacks, and it tells you how many drops, like if you were in the clinical setting and you were using this particular tubing, and that's what this represents right here, that's a tubing package. If I had to run it like free flow it, this would represent, I would have to calculate out how many drops, while I count a minute on my watch, should infuse. Okay, so here's how we do it. So anytime I read this, calculate the drops per minute, that tells me in my head I need to use the formula. Again, as soon as I see that, I think, okay, calculate that formula, Peggy, and it's the drops per minute formula. GTTS means drops. I put that in parentheses down there in case you didn't know, but drops per minute, and we're going to calculate based on what is ordered how many drops, if I had to manually count it, would I be counting. All right, so we put the amount in mLs, we go up to our problem, the amount that I need to plug in there in milliliters is 1,000. So right there, whoopsie, it's out of the screen a little, I write 1,000 mLs. What's my drop factor? That's always kind of throws students a little, but drop factor is actually written on the tubing. That's why we give you this picture of a tubing so you can kind of get used to what it might be like in a clinical environment. And this says the big 10 represents how many drops per minute, per ml, but you can see it in the fine print here, drops per ml. So now I write 1,000 mLs times 10 gtts, or drops per milliliter. Now my milliliters can cross off. It'll give me drops per minute. Get that one there. Now for my bottom, my denominator, I need the time in minutes. It's always in minutes, okay? So I know I need 8 hours. 8 times 60 minutes gives you 480, so that's where that number came up. Now when you multiply this, then divide by 480, I get 20.833333 to infinity and beyond. So with that said, my problem is telling me I need to round to the nearest whole number. So when I round 20.83333, I get 21, and of course it would be drops per minute. But in my answer space, my problem is telling me fill in the numeric response only, so I put 21. Hope that helps.